adversity, there's always a seed to equal a greater benefit, which is how true is that?
I love that.
So anyway, attitude got back on track pretty good and pretty excited. And it's just a little fire, don't worry. We just put a new brand partner in the business. It's like,
I love that. Well, as one of my greatest heroes of in the world for me in my life has said, when you're walking through fire, Sir Winston Churchill, don't stop. So well done.
Yeah, brilliant.
Amazing.
Amazing. Let's get one more celebration going on for what you've been doing in the business. Celebrate yourself. It's a great habit. Anton, are you clapping?
No, I was clapping for who just told the last story. I lost track. Wasn't Chris there? No, Ray. Yeah, that's right. Sorry, Mark. Yeah. All I know is I went on a really nice date for lunchtime, and of course she's invited to the opportunity call tonight at 7 o'clock.
She is.
I love it.
Well, it came up.
That's
I
awesome.
love it.
No, she was genuine. She said, "Oh, I was thinking of going to pub trivia," but I went, "Well, that is a bit of a sacrifice." But I said, "Just think, you'll just have more newfound knowledge." So like
that's called flirt to convert.
I love it.
Flirt. That's a classic. Thanks, Vanessa. So actually, I've had quite a busy day, but I have been trying to circle back to people. I've had a lot of people who are in that place as well as, but new people can come from anywhere, guys. Even if you do have to go out and have lunch and have a really nice time,
Totally.
Anyway, that's
Celebrate you, Anton, last week having been in Sydney to then see the action already of you and Kim, and we're celebrating this like our vision for Dream Team Hubs. We're actually going to just circle back on them tonight with you as business builders. But the whole dream we had is that you could go with people, not even just in your own immediate team, and really start to create movements, which is what we believe in most of the places you are all in right now.
Yeah.
You are creating a movement and a community. And so Anton met Kim at our retreat, and then they realized they're both in Sydney. We went and had events. They joined each other's events in Sydney, and now you're doing your first one in 2 weeks, Anton?
No, it's next Tuesday at Kim's house, and we just spent an hour. I had to race back from my date to go on the Zoom call with Kim, and we literally went through slide by slide to kind of tighten up what it is we're going to focus on there. Yeah.
See that's what a focus man does. He can have a date and he can organize his business and his other business all in the one day. Well done.
You're much more attractive if you've got something important to get onto. Just like, darling, I'm really enjoying the time, but
so good. That's awesome.
Love it.
So let's just talk a little bit about hubs, because we've just been traveling the last few weeks around different parts of New South Wales. And then we know what's happening over in New Zealand, and we see the power. We've got one on the Gold Coast on Thursday. If you know anyone on the Gold Coast, you need to get them to RSVP. We're hosting both a training at 3:30 and then 2 events, 5 p.m. and 6 p.m. at the Gold Coast. And
can I just say that Ray Sheath is so excited about this that he's flying all the way over to be a part of that training. That's how committed he is.
So true. I can't wait. I've already been contacting people on my phone as you've been talking to get them to the Southport Yacht Club.
Love it. And he's also here for some ping pong global, because he's one of those legends that also has other stuff going on. Table tennis.
Not ping pong.
Table tennis. So awesome. But yeah, so it's going to be great to have you here.
So let's just talk about hubs for a moment, because everyone was getting fairly excited about it, and we just want to really refresh that, especially leading into the summer season here in Australia and New Zealand. In fact, spring as well. I just got to see Chris and Andrea's backyard with all the gorgeous spring blooms. He put me on the video this morning, so me and my daughter got to see that. But it just made us realize people love this time of year gathering together in person.
Yeah.
And so what we want to just remind you is over at dreamteam.community/hubs, we'd love you to go and have a look at the hub strategy. There is some prerequisite to hosting. And then we also we've got training on there, how to host a hub, what is successful. And if you're going to host a dream team hub, how we want to strategize that. So you're also not out of pocket for those events as well.
That's right. We believe like it's not either or, it's both. So I would encourage everyone, be walking around your own life, meeting people. Number one, join things if you can. If you're like, oh, all my leads have dried up, go join a martial arts club or a bridge club or whatever it is that you like doing. Go meet people. Then also social media, online. People, this is how we get to know each other in the modern world, know what's happening. I have friends all around the world. I know where they're at because of social media. So using social media well. And then also, what was it that you just said?
In person.
In person. Thank you, host. Total mental blank. The main thing I'm trying to say, then in person as well. So having people either at a venue or join the army.
True.
There you go. A whole bunch of people that need patches. Well done. So in person, because we have usually about a 90 to 95% sign up right from in person. When they hear the story, they see you around. And here's the other thing that they don't talk about a lot. When you have 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 50 people, whatever in a room that are on this frequency, do you realize that whole frequency is working together? So that's why you have an amplified potential effect. That's why every time you have in person, you say when you start, so is the internet okay? Give me a wave if it's okay.
Oh.
No. Is the internet, can you give me a wave if it's okay? Okay. Then what you do is you say to everyone who hasn't been patched. That's when you introduce yourself, hi, I'm Andrea and Vanessa, so excited to have you, blah, 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 blah. Hey, who hasn't been patched yet and would like to try this non-transdermal, nothing going through the bloodstream, no risks, would like to try this patch. Soon as you get them on, you now have 30 to 60 minutes when they're hanging around afterwards for something to happen. And at the end of your presentation, you say, hey, has anyone had any feeling, anything change? I've never been in a room where at least one person has said, hey, pain's gone. Hey, my knee's working again. Wow, this has happened. That's why you've got to, at the beginning, get everybody patched that's in the room and spend the money. This is a business. If you want to make the big money, you've got to spend the money, friends. But so with the hubs, when they're in that frequency, the belief, everyone hearing, then at the end, someone goes, oh, I don't have any pain anymore. Do you know how much easier it is to sign people up after that?
Yeah.
When they're like, whoa, okay, they came in with pain. Now, so that's the secret sauce to in-person.
Yeah.
You got to patch everyone at the beginning because there's usually, if not always, a result. So what we do though is if you're hosting, what I don't want is anyone out of pocket. Okay, if you're having it at your house and you're happy to spend $50 or whatever, $100, put on a nice charcuterie board or some snacks. And what you should be saying, and all the twos, if there's any nurturers here, say that's me. So I'm speaking to you especially, is all the nurturers, you've got to let people contribute if you're going to do this so that this is a team game, like this is a team community. So let people bring wine, let them bring food, let them bring drinks. Simple. Make it really simple so that everyone comes, they got snacks, they got something to drink or whatever, it be soda or wine, whatever's easy, and do the presentation. And then when people patch, if I send someone to you, I'm dropping $10 to you. And if someone goes, oh, wow, but they're only like $5 or $6. Honestly, if you're going to be that cheap, don't be in business, just patch. I'm talking to builders here. Can I just be straight? It's the fact that a lead is worth usually about $100 minimum for whatever you do in life. So for $10, somebody else is looking after your person and they'll even sign them up for you, like either call you or send them back to you to help sign them up so they get going under you. So you send them $10 for each person you send, even if they don't turn up, you send it ahead of time so that money's there. And if they don't turn up, they don't turn up. But if they do, you've given them a patch. Can everyone give me a wave? That makes sense? To make it real simple. And even if someone goes, oh no, it's okay, please don't, because you wreck the system. We want the system to be simple. If you send someone, for each person, you send $10 so that person can patch them. If you're hosting, you need to have enough to be able to patch people. Now, here's the other thing that I would also say is if you're serious about this, you really should be hosting every 6 to 8 weeks. If you want to blow this up, 6 to 8 weeks. If you want to build this, because if you only get 3 people per time, but those 3 people sign up every 6 weeks, you've got 3 people signing up on top of everything else you're doing. You could get 1 blue M&M twice a year, and that could totally change your life. So every 6 to 8 weeks, I would be encouraging you to be hosting. We did this when we first began, and we wish like we've got busy, and we're going back to it more for our bigger teams. But this is how we hosted at the Southport Yacht Club. I think it was every month, if not every 6 weeks, and the traction that was built was great. And so that's how we're doing it. So any questions? Have I missed anything, Anna?
Questions or comments? A lot of that is on the hub strategy, except what we've realized is just sending the $10 to someone, but we think that's a really important part of it.
Yeah, bring some. If you're coming to it, bring something.
Yeah.
But send the $10.
Questions or comments? Anyone?
Oh, my camera's gone the wrong way. Hello, there's my back gun.
Can I ask a question, Vanessa? Am I off mute?
Yes.
Sorry, just Sue, one sec. All I was going to do to reinforce that is we did the presentation at my place 2 weeks ago. Now we're doing one at Kim's in a week. So if you've got other people, God, this is really annoying, the camera. If you've got other people in the area, now you've got more presentations happening, but it's not always you who has to host. So is that what you're sort of getting at?
It grows. It grows.
It's leveraging our team spirit. So if I have someone in Sydney that I can send to Anton, then I know, and I'd also say, call the person, find out, even if you've never met Anton as an example, say, hey, Anton, I'm Andrew. This is where I am. I'm sending someone to yours. If that's okay, just wanted to connect and touch base, let you know they're coming. The $10 is on. Can I get your bank details or whatever? Send you some money. Just so there's a connection. You start doing that across Australia, New Zealand, Canada, America, all of a sudden you can be sitting here like us in the Gold Coast sending people everywhere for $10 a person. And if they sign up, this is what we want to build. And I believe over the next 3 years, this could go gangbusters for Dream Team. And then we might just create market share in the ANZ and beyond as a team if we do this.
Sue.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, when you're doing your hub meetings, encourage the people in your team that haven't been in for a long time or maybe not confident enough to do a hub meeting so they can come along and see how easy it is. Once they see it once, they'll be more inclined to participate the next time you have one and bring their people along. Yep.
So good.
And I have one other question quickly. There was a lady in the last call, Natalie Cutler Welsh. Somebody's obviously brought her along to the meeting. Who was that? Who invited Natalie to the meeting? Anybody know? Natalie's in New Zealand and she's quite high up in doTERRA.
Awesome.
No.
But we can go offline about that and find out later for sure. Yeah.
Okay. I think somebody, Yvette, might have had a hand up to ask a question. Did you, Yvette?
No.
No.
We're good.
So good.
So that's in the hubs. Great question. And then also, if you're doing it in like a yacht club, pay for a glass of wine for them as well.
Yeah.
So they've got something to do. And I love what Sue said. Invite your team to say, hey, certain people will never be able to run a hub because it's just not them. I hate saying never, but they're the type of people that would be, maybe it's a big challenge to run something. Just say, keep coming along and bring your people so that they can expose more and more people to that.
All right, so we're going to just end with one more thing, and we are so excited about what is happening across Australia and New Zealand. We just celebrated Sue Ducks at lunch today, just with our original team of a few personally enrolled, for hitting executive director, and we know what's happening in New Zealand. A lot of it is due to even her and Tessa's very first seed of their own money and investment to fly into New Zealand. That's where she met Chris and Andrea and Linda. Well, actually, that's where Linda was. We're so excited that Linda and Ross and his health breakthrough, they're coming to the Level Up retreat. So just
There's only, I think,
unbelievable.
15 spots left
15
maybe, so it's all
left.
running out.
So get your registrations in now. But listen, we've been in conversations with Chris and some of the team and Andrea, and just saying, this is what's happening even with this hub strategy. We know so many people in New Zealand, just like Sue said, that might have been someone she knew, and you know so many people over here from New Zealand. And so we want to just bring these teams closer and closer together. So Chris and Andrea had started a Dream Team New Zealand chat, and we love that they want to lean right into the Dream Team. But now we're going to merge that chat with their thoughts around this. They're the ones that said, let's just merge together. So everyone in the Dream Team New Zealand chat, there are two chats we want you to understand. If you come into the Dream Team Business Builders chat and the Dream Team community on WhatsApp, you're going to see business only conversations. Then you're going to see when events are on. That's where all the hubs will be promoted. You're going to see when our Zooms are on and the other Zooms. Then we're going to put our YouTube recordings there as well. But if you want to chat around patches, it's just not what the Dream Team focuses on in in group chats. We do support our patching community on Tuesday mornings with an online Zoom, which many of you can just send your people along to that. But if they want to be in a patch question and answer type environment, you're never going to see us actually engage those conversations because it distracts from people that are doing the business. And so Arise Global, which is our upline, has an amazing patch question and answer chat. So there's two different directions you can go. Come over to Dream Team for all the business building skills that you want to learn, or also plug your people into the Arise team for the patching question and answers. Yep. So does that make sense to people?
And just say it this way, that business person that you really want to get into the business that you know is really busy and everything, could you imagine if he starts getting binged on WhatsApp if he joins this and he gets comments like, what part of the knee do I put the this part on? Or what the, like
not that anyone's been doing that,
not
but
that
we're
anybody,
just saying
but,
that's where the conversation
hang on for a sec.
go.
This is builders, so I'm going there. Do I put it on the neck? You would be mortified with that. So this is why for all of our chats, we have certain chats for certain things for other things. Come on, can you give me a 10 so my wife doesn't put me on the couch tonight for being too blunt? So this is why we're doing it. ANZ, we are like, you take on Australia, you take on ANZ. NZ, you take on NZ, you take on Australia. Like, as much as we fight on the football field, we're brothers and sisters. So Chris, would you like to talk about that?
Yeah, because we did set it up really for notifications so I could put in the next meeting coming up. And it's wonderful people jump in there and start chatting about stuff, but it really ticks me off because the last thing I want there is to sit on there as the next meeting we're trying to promote. But then it gets pushed out. And look, we have had business builders, business people come on and they've gone off it because they don't want all the chatter, but they want to know what's on. So, you know, the chat we had about this, it's really so we can grow it a lot better, more efficiently. And the Dream Team Business Builders, where I'll be putting any of the Sunday meeting, that'll be on there. These meetings will be on there. We'll be celebrating, and we've done a few celebrations as well for people on there, but we won't be chatting on there. So we'll leave the Dream Team NZ chat up for a little while, but we'll slowly close that one down because we want everyone into the Dream Team NZ, Australia, New Zealand, NZ.
So I'm just going to quickly show you. So you all need to make sure you're in. We'll put the link in. So we actually have a WhatsApp community. So it's not just one chat. It's the Dream Team community. So you've got the business builders, then you've got the Bahamas boot camp. Well, that will go after the cash incentive is released, but people are doing amazing. One more week to go. And then the cash incentive for Level Up will go, although that Level Up will stay because people who have been at Level Up do love finding each other. And that's where the participants
Comes an
meet.
alumni.
It's like an alumni group. Dream Team Men, that's just a great conversation where the men are celebrating each other differently. And then we have Zoom meetings will always be posted there, and YouTubes will be posted there. So we're not going to always be putting the announcements in the builders. We're going to be putting it over in the Zoom, like for events there, for in-person and online. So you all, once you come into the community, you need to look for this link. And then we do have a Canada and US only because they have different times of training for them right now.
So so that'll be combining. So if because Australians do have friends and do business in New Zealand. New Zealand have friends and do business in Australia. It's just the synergy of that. And then if Chris and Andrea want to go just for their team, we want to have a separate chat for whatever they want, they can. If Ray wants to do one for his, he can. Like, go do that. But then you haven't got all of Dream Team speaking onto it. So that's why we're doing it. So can you give me all a thumbs up if that makes sense?
That's the power of the team. That's the power of the Dream Team, and so we want that. We want to bring in, we want to grow this, we want to grow it big, we want to grow it fast. And chat. Look, and I do understand nurturers need to nurture and chat, but Rise is a really good place for that. But we want to keep those together so we can be efficient getting the meetings. So we got this coming up. People will know straight away. Here's the meeting. Bang! You can get straight on it.
Fantastic. So
we're gonna jump off in a moment because we're actually doing a testimonial for Tom and Natasha.
Hey.
Yeah. But just before we go, and we know she's not on here at the moment, but Natalia became director during the week. So that is so exciting. She's been a manager for a long time. And so this week she became director, which was really exciting. And because she became director.
Yeah, we became senior.
No, I feel like I'm so sorry.
I know, we have to do it ourselves. I know.
It's jumped on with Sue. She's usually the one to do it too. But
I was going
drum roll. Chris and Andrea became senior director. It is huge.
We appreciate that. It's a lot of fun. Look, it feels good. I mean, I typically love celebrating other people, and for me, it's just a matter of course. But I do realize you've got to celebrate. So it was a lot of fun. So we finally, because I was away when it happened, and I came back, and so we went out and had a few drinks, and we got home, a nice dinner out to celebrate ourselves a few days later. And that was awesome.
Oh,
Yeah.
guys, you actually hit it last week. That was the fun thing about it.
We didn't even know we'd done it, but it was great. It was awesome. So again, it's the thing is, I always highlight this is a team game.
Yep.
It's a team game. I love team sports. Rugby. One of the great things about rugby is the person that scores the try is at the end is the last man with the ball, or last woman, so be it, but with the ball across the line. But they don't get there without the other 14, and this is no different. So it's a team. So now it's executive director, but for us now that we've broken that one, we need to rank some senior directors, and there's some on here that are not too far away, almost sneaked in before us actually, which I would have been more than happy with.
I wouldn't have been, but anyhow.
You guys go and do the testimony, but well done for your leadership across a nation and beyond. So really love you guys. And to everyone on, there are 7 days left for the Bahamas incentive, and just celebrating one of Steph's downline who they enrolled someone of her, enrolled someone, and within 20 minutes, I think it was, 5 premiums and qualified for the Bahamas. So it is not impossible to qualify for the Bahamas in the next 7 days if you apply yourself.
So let's hustle. Do your chicken list. If you go, what's a chicken list? It's the list of people you're too chicken to make a phone call to. Write that down. Write your chicken list down. because many times they're the ones, the busy ones are the ones that do well with this business. So
Yeah.
put your chicken list down. I know the next call's starting. So love you guys. One week left for Bahamas. Let's do it. Dream Team are going to be meeting a day or two before in Miami to hang out. So you don't want to miss that. And remember, even if you don't make it, your business is going to be better, stronger, and healthier because of it as you build this. God bless you guys. Have a great week.